Okay, welcome to the video. We're going to talk about the game changers. This is a blood test. This is a blood test from a vegan for 18 years. We're going to get deep into it. I'm going to talk about a lot of questions here. People have seen this game changers. There's this vegan propaganda video out there called Game Changers. You've probably seen it. You've probably heard about it. My man, my boy, my homie, Joe Rogan has talked about it a lot. Now, Joe Rogan is definitely an expert on human nutrition. That guy is in physical shape. I remember I was in California a couple of years ago, and I thought I think I'm pretty fit. You know, I think I've got pretty good cardio. You know, I can race bikes, run marathons, do a 16:35k. Not too bad for a 42-year-old. And so I'm just running up this hill trying to get this Strava segment, and I hear this like, and he's like, "Coming through, bro, coming through." And I look over my shoulder. It was Joe Rogan, man. Joe Rogan. He was flying past me up this mountain in Brentwood, LA. Right? This was like a 10k climb or something like that. And the crazy thing is, he had like a 40-pound weight vest on. Seriously, Joe Rogan was dropping me with a 40-pound weight vest. Insane. Anyway, let's get to Joe Rogan, authority on human nutrition. The dude has got crazy results. You know, all the people he's trained over the years. I mean, there's like, you know, he's trained so many people. You know, he knows what he's talking about. Alright, so you watch the Game Changers doco, and you're like, well, what do we do here? What's going on with the nutrition? I've been vegan 18 years now, April 2001, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. For me, why did I start going vegan? I'll be honest with you. I went vegan for performance reasons. I was sick. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Why did I stay vegan? For animals, man. I could eat a Big Mac once a week, or eat a steak, or you know, whatever, a few times a week, and still relatively be reasonably healthy. Definitely stay lean. You know, I could drink milk every day and still stay lean, but I didn't want to support that industry. You know, so I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then I came across my farmer friends who would have eggs or family pet cows, and they're like, hey, do you want some milk? This is like our family pet cow. And I'd be like, yeah, nah, actually I don't. You know, I remember one time I was at a Hare Krishna restaurant, and I accidentally ate into I had a dessert that contained butter. I went to bite into it, and I was like, fuck, this tastes like body odor. And it didn't taste good to me. So I was just like, you know, I'm a vegan taste, massively. I'm just a big plant eater now. And ethics is a huge one, you know. I love animals too much to want to see them getting killed just so I can eat. But I can eat plants. Obviously, there's impact I mean, I'm probably sitting on a bunch of ants right now. There's probably ants being killed, me making a video about game changers. That's just the consequence of life. I get that. This house where I'm living, this was forest, you know, 100 years ago, 80 years ago. You had to get chopped down for the house to be on it. I get that. But in terms of, you know, having an animal farmed or wild animal, shooting it just so I can eat it when I can eat plants, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. Not to mention that, you know, I could do that a few times a week or a year, and it wouldn't really have much impact on my health or my weight, but it just wouldn't sit right with me, so I don't do that. All right, so that's just being straight up honest there. That we get caught up in this whole like purity thing, and you know, you step on ants though, you know, so you might as well eat some meat, and it's just all this stuff. But for me, I'm just like, what makes sense? All right, I'm a big person. I'm not a smart dude in terms of academia, you know, but when it comes to common sense stuff, I feel like I've got a PhD in that. PhD in common sense is a great thing to have. And for me, eating animals, I look at the environment, the planet, it's getting fucking shafted, man. We are cutting down forests to grow soy, to feed to livestock, when we could cut down forests to grow plants that we could eat. And you think of the forest we cut down for livestock, it's like insane, all right? Insane. There's so many people, we talk about vasectomies and stuff like that, but this video is about how to go vegan, how to stay vegan. That's a bit about my background, and that's why I've found it effortless to stay vegan this whole time, all right? Effortless. I'm sure though I've had animal products in my food, maybe a bit of cross-contamination dairy here, or the veggie whopper was grilled on the meat grill or whatever. For sure, I'm eating bugs on my bike. When I bite into a piece of fruit, there's millions of nematode bacteria. They're technically animals, so I'm technically not vegan. But you know what I'm saying. When it comes to mealtime, I'm eating fruit. I'm not sitting down to eat some meat. I'm not drinking the milk. I'm not cracking open eggs and eating them. Even though I've got neighbours here who have free-range chickens, but I still wouldn't want to eat the eggs. I'm like, it's just a cholesterol bomb. comes from a chicken's vagina, I don't know. Not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. So that's just me though. And I'm not here to shame or name or tell people blah blah blah. You know, I think people can make their own conclusion on that one. But how to go vegan, man, you know, it's very, very easy. But the hardest thing is that social disapproval. A vegan diet, the most successful vegan diet that I've ever seen in myself and other people, is one where you're having fruit for breakfast, fruit or starches for lunch, and starches for dinner. Or if you really love fruit, have fruit for dinner and starches later. But that's what I find, it just works so well. You get those simple sugars, you get the complex carbohydrates, you're getting this, just getting multitudes of different carbohydrate sources, and your brain runs on sugar, your nuts run on sugar, your ovaries run on sugar, everything runs on sugar, glucose and or fructose. So do you hear that bird? It's a rainbow lorikeet. They're also a sugar bird. So the more sugar you have from plants, the more health you're going to have. And I know we live in a culture where sugar's demonized. That's like, if sugar is bad but fruit's good and rice is good, that doesn't make any sense. Let's use mercury. All right, mercury is, you know, most people agree mercury is pretty toxic to humans. So if mercury on its own is bad, how does mercury become good if we add it to food? Hey, let's add mercury to food. Hey, it's in the fish. Tuna's good. It's got protein and iron and stuff like that. Tuna's good. Mercury's okay if it's in tuna because it's a whole food now, isn't it? People say, no, mercury's bad. It is bad. So how can you say sugar's bad? Oh, but I eat fruit. That's okay. But fruit's full of sugar. I say that's good. I say both are great. The body runs on sugar. Obviously, the fruit, you get more nutrition with that, but the sugar's not bad. The fruit's better in terms of a nutritional package, but if you're adding sugar to your fruit to increase your calorie needs so you can have enough energy to do your family stuff, your work stuff, your fitness stuff, your life stuff, and that's fantastic. And that's going to send you to the next level. That's going to send you to the next level, you know, relative to yourself. All right, so that's just a big one. So this whole thing of sugar's bad. That's the first thing you got to drop. If you want to be a successful vegan who has energy, natural energy, I've got no stims in my system right now. There's no caffeine or cocaine or Ritalin or green tea or Adderall, like nothing in my system at all. No modafinil. Right now, nothing. Right, this is just natural carbohydrate, water, you know, good sleep, good rest, energy. And so, obviously all these stimulants are vegan, but I really don't recommend people using stimulants on a daily, weekly, maybe even monthly basis. Depends on the person, but most people I find with stimulants, they start to abuse them, they start to rely on them like a crutch, and you're starting to dig a hole, metabolically speaking. I've got this fly on my face. It's, you know, so we're talking about sugar there. Fruit for breakfast is fantastic. Fruit for lunch, fantastic. It just makes you feel light. And I love working hard on the computer all day, just or I'm on my bike a few times a week, riding to the shops, riding up a mountain, just cruising around with friends, trolling. And so fruit is just light, gives you sugar, but you got to eat enough of it. If you just have an orange for breakfast, what's that, 50 calories? You can have at least 10 oranges for breakfast, at least 500 to 1,000 calories for breakfast, at least. So people are like, I want 10, 20 oranges, that's binge eating. But look at the calories. 10, 20 donuts, how many calories in a donut? I don't even know. 200? So that's like 5,000, that's like 5 donuts at 200 calories each. So that's 1,000 to 2,000 for a meal. Still pretty good. Obviously the donuts aren't so good because they're full of fat, and the fat we eat's the fat we wear, so it's going to be a lot harder for us to meet our weight loss goals if we're having a lot of plant fats or animal fats. Obviously the plant fats are better because they don't have the cholesterol, they don't have the environmental issue as much as the animal products do, they don't have the karma, whatever you believe in. So the plant fats are still fattening, but they're better for your health and the environment and ethically and karmically than the animal fats. I still recommend though, keep your plant fats super low if weight loss is your goal. If you're underweight, increase those fats. Olive oil, coconut oil, avocado, nut seeds, eat them to increase your body fat stores. It works effortlessly. I noticed after a few weeks eating vegan burgers, the fatty, I'm still more fat on my abs, and that's a good thing because I get very lean very quickly if I don't eat any fat. So I try and have a bit of fat each week to maintain a bit of fat, because otherwise, you know, you're getting that lean gains face getting on very quickly. So that's a big one. So just eat enough calories. Don't ever limit your calories, man. If you limit your calories, if you limit your carb calories, you're going to become emotionally volatile, emotionally depressed, emotionally suppressed. a lot of emotional issues are going to come up because your serotonin and your dopamine receptors won't be fully firing properly. Look it up. Carbohydrate, serotonin. The main medication they give depressed people are called SSRI drugs. Selective serotonin receptor, uptakes and all that stuff. Just look it up. SSRI drugs. I don't know. What was it? Serotonin selective, whatever. Yes, SSRI. Something to do with serotonin and uptake. So it's, how can we give people these drugs, the SSRIs, and all those things, Xanax, Prozac, they all increase your serotonin levels. Carbohydrates do that as well. So you got carbs here with no side effects. Plant, vegan, low fat, sugar, fruit, rice, corn, oats, whatever. Potatoes, sweet potatoes. No side effects. Great. Make you feel good. Give you nutrients. Give you energy. And you got your SSRI drugs or your Xanax or your clomazepines or whatever people are taking. The Jordan Peterson breakfast. Those got a lot of side effects. That's treating the symptom. This treats the cause. Nutrition, carbohydrates will make you feel better. Bananas, a ripe banana. If you feel sad, eat a couple of ripe bananas or blend them up with a bit of sugar and water, drink that. The tryptophan, you just start to feel better, man. In a real way, a sustainable way. You're using nutrition to make yourself feel better. Versus you take a pill, it might make you feel better because it's altering your brain chemistry, your serotonin. But you can do that with fruit and sugar. Do that. Please just try it out. Don't just say, okay, I'll do that, but try it and feel it. Feel the difference, man. I've lost count of people, how many people I've helped get off the meds, the SSRI meds, and it's insane. It's insane. It's so simple, but the doctors out there, the psychiatrists, they're making bank. They're making bank. So of course they're not going to tell people this stuff. It's a money world out there. We're controlled by the money system. I try and live my life where I can be totally honest with people and not have to fuck anyone over to making money off of them. I live a very, very simple existence. I've watched some of my videos over the year. I like to be very, very simple. I don't have any kids. I don't have any debt. I purposely do that to keep my financial bias non-existent. Right? I sell bicycles for a living. I sell ebooks. Some people go, I want to buy a bike off you, Harley, I want to support you. And I'm like, cool. I don't think you're ready for this level of bike yet. It'll probably be a lot of hassle for you. I don't want to sell it to you. People are like, what? I want to support you. I'm like, I appreciate that. Give my video a thumbs up or share it. I appreciate that. Buy my ebook or whatever, but I don't want to sell one of these carbon bikes because I don't feel you're ready for that yet. And I want you to have a good cycling experience. I don't want you to carbon bike off me, crash it the first week and then snap it in half and go, oh, that sucks. So get your alloy bike. Anyway, that's the deal there. How to go vegan, man. It's all about the carbohydrates. People say, what about protein? You get enough protein from plants, If you didn't, then how could I be so fit and fast with minimal training at age 42 if protein was an issue for endurance athletes? So, I want to get a bit staunch, I want to be a bit swole, Well, yeah, then protein's going to help with that, but you also need to take anabolic steroids, just like all the people are. Even the Game Changers doco, there's most of those people on there taking anabolic steroids, which is fine, because everyone else there in the powerlifting, bodybuilding scene's doing that. People say, no, a guy called Kino Body, and Kino's body's not natural, man. None of these people who look like that are natural. It's an aesthetics, shallow, narcissistic world where you're judged on your physical appearance. So if there's something you can take, then you got to take. That's part of the deal, especially if you want to have size. Look, Joe Rogan's even on steroids. Everyone's on steroids, man. Who looks of size and cut and stuff like that, or just a redneck, inflamed Joe Rogan look. That's anabolics. I think if Joe Rogan went vegan, I could get Joe Rogan in great shape because he's taking the steroids, he's doing the training, but he's eating so much fat and meat is making him so inflamed. So if Joe Rogan went vegan, he would look a lot better, in my opinion. And he would feel a lot better. You just feel cleaner. And this sounds like all hippie talk and whatever, fancy wancy. But just try it, man. Just try it. Alright? Try it before you knock it. And don't try any vegan diet. Try the vegan lifestyle that I recommend. Because this shit works. You got so many vegans out there on YouTube and all they do is they cower down to what's going to get hits. What's going to be trending. Sugar's bad. Have your Vivo Fit protein powders. Don't eat brown rice. Don't eat white rice. Dr. Greg is God. All this stuff. And it's just, they're just following the trends. And I'm like, motherfucker, you take steroids. You're eating brown rice, you're eating white rice, you're eating sugar, you're eating Cliff Bars. Tell your audience that so they can get the same results you do. Because what's going to happen if you're taking steroids, which is fine, but if you're lying about that and your audience is buying your VivoFit pea protein and trying to just live on chickpeas and half a banana and their performance is going down, they're going to go, fuck this vegan thing, this vegan doesn't work. So whilst you're making money on these vegan noobs, you're really fucking them over because they're not going to get the results you get. And they're going to be like, maybe I need to eat meat. Maybe I just need to eat meat because I'm not getting the muscle gains like such and such is getting who's on steroids. So this is why I'm a big believer in transparency. If you're taking gear, say, yeah, fuck it, I'll take gear. You know, it's like, judge me or what, whatever. You know, I'm a big believer in that. So people who want your results can know the fucking path, and if they want that, then they go that. Versus you sell them bullshit, that's fucked. There's no integrity in that. And that the vegan world is full of people like that who are just taking steroids or doing whatever and lying about what they actually do eat. And you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I remember I had a girlfriend for 9 years, and you know, coached her up, got her super fit, got her, you know, social media famous, and turned her into a millionaire. And you know, we still do drink a lot of banana sugar smoothies. And I remember telling her, I said, you know, you should do a video about the sugar you eat. She's like, nah, man, like, you just lose people. And I'm like, yeah, you lose idiots, but the people who are dedicated, who really want your physique and results, will do that, and they'll get the results, and they'll influence others. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. She's like, okay, I'll meet you halfway. I'll tell people I use coconut sugar. And I'm like, fuck, coconut sugar is like $80 a fucking kilo. Like, people can't afford that. Organic cane sugar, what I use, what we're using in that time, it was like $2-3 a kilo. And so I was having an argument with my ex at the time. I was saying, tell people, man, like, help make it easy for me. She's like, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that. Because people will like ridicule me for using sugar. And I'm like, good. If people are ridiculing you for telling the truth, nutritionally, for telling the truth is going to help them, then fuck them, man. Fuck them. So that's crazy. So people in the vegan scene will just go, what's trending? And they will win money-wise, and they will win likes-wise, but the people who follow their advice fucking lose. And the planet loses. The animals lose. Because these noobs out there get told a vegan diet that isn't sustainable for anybody. I'm a diehard fucking vegan greenie hippie. But if I did a sugar-free diet with just brown rice and chickpeas and kale, man, I'm going to really start questioning vegan health because my performance is going to go down because that's not enough calories. It's not enough simple sugar. It's not enough simple sugars. Because I'll just eat fruit. I mean, yeah, if you got access to incredibly high brix values fruit, that's as easy to do. But most fruit today is grown poor quality soil. It's picked super early, and it has not enough sugar in it. And you bite into an apple, and it's like, oh, look at that. Give me a Mars bar. So the fruit that I select is generally really, really sweet. I'm getting some really sweet neighbours around at the moment. But there's idiots out there in the vegan world who say, oh, you know, fruit 50 years ago wasn't as sweet as... I said, what? Ask anybody's grandma. Is the fruit sweeter 50 years ago than it was today? Every grandma says the fruit today tastes like Vaseline and dishwashing water. Pretty much. Ask any person over 80 or 90 or 70 even, say, is the fruit today as sweet as it was when you were a kid? And they're like, no, it's not. It's hideous. Hideous. The fruit in Coles and Woolworths in Australia, most of the time is hideous. I don't even want to give it a chance because I've been disappointed so many times. Which is sad because occasionally I have some really good fruit. And I'm a fruit gourmet. I can sniff around and have a rough idea. But for the average person, man, it's tough out there. So if you're telling people don't eat fruit because it's got too much sugar, it's like, oh my God, don't eat sugar because sugar's bad. But sugar in fruit's okay. Glucose is bad if it's isolated. But in fruit, it's okay. Mercury's bad by its own. But mercury in food is okay. You know, well, where's the fucking logic in that? Where is the logic in that? So, you know, there's a few channels out there on YouTube. You got Dr. Gregor, who's a mad confuses people. Don't follow him. You got a guy out there called Mick the Vegan. This guy who's got no fitness, looks anemic, bad representation for vegans, does this like beans and kale diet, very poor for health. No fitness, so don't follow him. Who else is there in the vegan world? You got Dr. McDougall, who's getting there. You know, he's pretty legit, but he contradicts himself a bit here and there. So he's got some good stuff to say about carbohydrates and sugar. But then a few months later, he'll forget what he said and go, "Oh, sugar's bad." But then he'll be like, "Oh, "Sugar's okay." And so it's like How can these people contradict themselves so much? I would say that I definitely have the most consistent message out there over the last 11 years being on YouTube. And it's high carb, it's low fat, have your fruit, have your sugar, have your white rice. Find out what carbohydrates you really enjoy. You might be one of these people who just loves rice for breakfast. I know Natasha can have oats for breakfast and function really well. For me, I find oats are pretty heavy. So just try it out, all right? So if you do best on fruit like me, then have fruit. If you do best on oats for breakfast, then do that. But if you're having fruit after your oats and you find it's getting a bit of gas or it's like, oh, heavy, then what's happening is the fruit is sort of fermenting a bit with the oats or the rice, and it's giving a bit of gas and stuff like that. So I find for me, I do what's called food combining, where I have the high water content foods first, digest quicker, and the heavier, drier foods like the starches, I have them later, and so they can just have that better digestion flow. For me, that just makes sense, and you can feel it. Some people just they can't feel it, whatever. They might have iron guts. But if you're like me, a little bit of a sensitive pedal, try that out. But just try it out so you get a feel for what's going on there. Try it out, what's going on there. So it's like bicycles, man. I've currently got 26 bikes, and they all have different nuances and stuff like that. So hopefully that's been a bit of an insight and a bit of a help to people out there. I can talk a lot about it. I'll do another video. I'll make a 3-minute video on this one just to make it even simpler for people, all right? So that's the deal. If you got any questions, let me know down below. Comment section, give the video a thumbs up if it's helpful. If it's confusing, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want more. Unsubscribe if you don't want to see my face again. And if you want more information, grab a copy of my ebook, Carb the Fuck Up. Talks a bit more in depth about it, a bit more of the science. But you don't even need to do that. You just need to smash carbs every meal. Drink your water, so you're piss and clear every 2 to 3 hours. Go to bed as early as possible, and go light in the stims, man. And you're gonna have just a better, pure existence in life. And your energy for people around you as well. That's another thing as well. Like, who cares if we're the best looking or the hottest thing or whatever, if we're a total fucking drag to be around, if we're like an emotional fucking roller coaster. Think about that. So the more carbs you eat, the more early nights you get, the more hydration you have, the more stable of a human being we really are. And for me, that's a huge, huge, huge bonus in life. You're winning. If you have control of your thoughts and emotions, and you understand the importance of carbohydrates, sleep, sugar, you are fucking winning in life, my friend. You are fucking winning. Alright, see you soon. Go vegan, carb the fuck up. And never limit your carbs, alright? Only limit your carbs if you want to decrease life performance. Otherwise, carb the fuck up.